Hey, hi, hello. Ignore the fact that I haven't uploaded a Pokemon video in 4 months, and my channel is mainly based on Pokemon. One Piece and Death Battle had a choke on my channel, but hey, Pokemon's back. Yay. Also, this happened. I didn't cry. Ash vs. CLAIR is hands down his best Johto gym battle, and one of my favorite fights in the anime in general. So here's a video on why I like it. But first, here's a recap on the first 7 gym battles in an undisclosed amount of word summary. Mid to alright at best, good because of Cyndaquil, I don't want to talk about it. Alright to good at best, another alright to good at best, good to great because of Cyndaquil and Jasmine. Cyndaquil carried up until that BS ending. And with that aside, let's just get straight into it. The battle starts off with CLAIR sending out Kingdra and Ash sending out... Yes! My goal! Let's go! Yes, yes, yes! If you can't tell, I like Snorlax.
So my guess is Ash didn't feel like his regular team would be able to cut it going up against a dragon Pokemon.
That was a pretty smart move by Ash.
Well, no Sherlock, I'd make a team switch too if it consisted of 1 fully evolved Mon, 1 middle stage Mon, and 3 pre-evolved Mons. But Sales, what about Quillavin? What about Pikachu? First off, Ash didn't even get Quillavin until like 8 or 9 years later. Second off, the reason I didn't lump Pikachu in with these bums is because he's literally
the son of Arceus. She must have forgotten she's going up against the son of Arceus.
I mean, he is the son of Arceus, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
I am the son of Arceus. This joint got so good, the animation got better. This is the son of Arceus.
Anyways, Snorlax starts off by using Hyper Beam, and Kingdra dodges it using Agility, but it bounces off Snorlax's body. Kingdra uses Swift, but all it does is just bounce off the body of my big back body blubbery goat, pressing that 10 times fast. Snorlax responds with Body Slam, which Kingdra dodges using Agility, which just leads to the same conclusion. Kingdra uses Hydro Pump and it nails Snorlax in the face. Then Kingdra fires the Hyper Beam at Snorlax, but Snorlax dodges it by going under the water. Yeah, quick thinking from my boy. Let's go. Snorlax then body slams Kingdra underwater, but Kingdra easily resurfaces.
Snorlax weighs an awful lot less underwater, in case you've forgotten your science, Ash.
CLAIR, this is Pokemon. Why the hell are you talking about science in a world where snakes can become dragons, a fish can become an octopus, and a salamander, without any arms, can learn punching moves? So I don't want to hear anything about your science. Anyways, Snorlax rises from the water, then Kingdra uses Hydro Pump, which my goat avoids in midair, but gets knocked back into the water by Kingdra's Swift. Kingdra uses Hydro Pump again, and it does nothing to Snorlax. Barbally said,
Light work, no reaction.
Now you may be asking, Sales, Snorlax hasn't even done anything. Why do you like this battle? Hell, why do you even like Snorlax? Alright, now let me explain. Snorlax may have looked like he's not doing anything, but Snorlax has been taking all of Kingdra's attacks, and all that attacking has left Kingdra exhausted. Proof why Ash is the GOAT, and why Snorlax is one of the best Pokemon to ever exist. Kingdra goes in for another Hyper Beam, but it just leads to the same conclusion as before. And with Kingdra finally weakened, Ash finally goes on the offensive, and Snorlax goes for a nice punch square onto Kingdra's face, and boom, it gets taken out. Yeah, big Snorlax, never to let it out, let's go!
Stop that nigga dick, bro, what is you doing?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but not really. CLAIR sends out Gyarados, and I'm like, really? Why put 2 Pokemon that I like against each other? We'll just have to see what happens. Snorlax uses Hyper Beam, and Gyarados uses Hydro Pump, and it leads to your classic Beam Struggle, but Gyarados takes it handedly. Gyarados uses Dragon Breath, and Snorlax tries to go in for another Hyper Beam, but apparently Ash forgot that after using Hyper Beam, the user has to rest. Meaning no Hyper Beam means Snorlax gets hit by the Dragon Breath and gets paralyzed. And do you want to know the cherry on top of this Sunday? Gyarados uses Hyper Beam, and it KOs Snorlax. And if that's not disrespect, I don't know what is.
So, I guess that evens up the score, wouldn't you say, Ash?
CLAIR, just shut up. Yo. If you like what you're watching and you want to see more of it, hit like and subscribe. Alright, I'm done. Now back to the video. And with Snorlax going down, Ash has decided to sub out Snorlax for the GOAT Pikachu. And I don't need to explain why this is a good idea, so let's just jump into it. Gyarados then goes for a bite, and Pikachu dodges and retaliates with a Thunderbolt, but Gyarados responds with a Dragon Breath, resulting in the famous Beam Struggle, leaving them dead even. CLAIR then says this thing that, you know what, I'm gonna let her say it.
Surprised, Ash? I guess you're now figuring out that using simple electric attacks aren't going to defeat this Gyarados.
Now keep that in mind, cause it's gonna come back to bite her. Gyarados uses Hydro Pump, which Pikachu tries to dodge, but gets clipped. CLAIR then tells Gyarados to...
Let's finish this up!
Which apparently means to hop out the water and start squeezing Pikachu. Like, dog, that's not an attack, that's just assault. And last time I checked, Gyarados can't even learn Rap. Not Gen 1, not Gen 2, not Gen 3, or any of the other gens. So this should be happening. Pikachu goes for Thunderbolt and hits Gyarados. Gyarados then goes for an onslaught of bites, which Pikachu dodges all but gets back into a corner. Gyarados then goes for a Hydro Pump, and it looks like it's the end. But with some quick thinking by Ash, Pikachu uses agility to run on the Hydro Pump like he's Jesus or Goku. And Pikachu goes for a point-blank Thunderbolt right onto Gyarados, which knocks it out. Stupid. Yeah, big Pika, let's go! Alright, it's 2 down, 1 to go, let's go. Claire sends out her last Pokemon, Dragonair. Kinda wish it was a Dragonite, but that's neither here or there. Pikachu uses Thunderbolt, but Dragonair dodges. Then Pikachu uses more Thunderbolts, which Dragonair also dodges. Pikachu then goes in for a quick attack, which Dragonair also dodges. God damn, is Dragonair really going Ultra Instinct in the shootout? Then Dragonair goes for Hyper Beam, and...
Pikachu is unable to battle. Dragonair wins.
Yikes. Okay, now this just doesn't make any sense. How has Pikachu been able to take down a fully evolved Dragonite, but can't take down a Dragonair? Like, huh? This is why I can't stand the anime sometimes, but as I said, that's neither here or there. Ansem sends out his last Pokemon, the one and only, the second best Kanto starter, Charizard. Of course he's the second best, cause Bulbasaur exists. Sorry, Squirtle. Anyways, Charizard uses Flamethrower, but Dragonair dodges by going underwater. Dragonair uses Hyper Beam, which Charizard also dodges, then retaliates with a Flamethrower, but Dragonair retreats by going back into the water. Coward. Dragonair goes for Dragon Rage, which does a significant chunk of damage to Charizard, sending him down, but then he shakes it off and gets back up and goes in for another Flamethrower. But can you guess what Dragonair does? If you guess dip back into the water like an absolute bitch ass nigga, then you're correct. Dragonair then uses Hyper Beam, and Charizard responds with a Flamethrower, creating your classic anime explosion. Then Charizard goes for Fire Spin, don't know why, and Dragonair proceeds to...
Okay, alright. I'm about to lose my shit!
Is what I would say if it weren't for Ash doing some Ash. Charizard then uses a full power Fire Spin, and it completely evaporates the water, leaving Dragonair 100% exposed. Yes! Finally! No more hit and run tactics, just straight up brawling. Charizard uses Flamethrower, and Dragonair uses Safeguard to make the Flamethrower bounce off his body. That's not how Safeguard works. Dragonair uses Iron Tail to smack Charizard right in the face, and tries to do it again, but Charizard catches it, which is a perfect layup for Charizard to use Seismic Toss. The move that everyone knows that if used, the fight is over. But here, that is apparently not the case, because Dragonair uses Dragon Rage inside the Seismic Toss to disrupt Charizard's slow to move, causing him to get sent crashing down. But despite all that, my boy Charizard still gets up ready to fight. Dragonair uses Hyper Beam, and Charizard dodges and goes for Flamethrower, but Dragonair also dodges and goes for Iron Tail, but once again, Charizard catches it, which lays it up to use another Seismic Toss. But Dragonair uses Dragon Rage again, which seems like a detriment, but Ash said,
Charizard, fire spin, time right with the Dragon Rage!
and Charizard uses Fire Spin on the Dragon Rage inside the Seismic Toss, which turns a regular Seismic Toss into a flaming Seismic Toss. Cause that definitely makes sense. Also, this shot just goes so hard. To me at least. Then Charizard uses his stacked combo attack on Dragonair, and they slam full force right onto the battleground. And as the smoke and fire dissipates, we get to see who our victor is.
Dragonair is unable to battle. The winner is Ash from Pallet Town.
Game, set, match. With Dragonair going down, the score is 3-2, making Ash the victor. Plus Charizard hit Dragonair so hard that it lost its horn. Man, I love this battle. You made it to the end of the video. Congratulations! Now like and subscribe for more content that you didn't ask for. Bye.